Hey folks, welcome back to Reus 2, and welcome back to Squirrel Psi, our third planet. Last time we got started, but didn't quite finish the settling phase where we get into the first era. So we did set up our first city, and we got our project going here. So we have the Overseer granting us an additional 120 gold from having 3 element biotica within our borders. We actually have 4. We also have the special ability of the goddess here for the planet, the planet spirit, which is that she gains a plus 50% bonus to all biotica within her city borders. And we have the exalted special where we get extra gold and food for each mystery as well. In terms of things we're interested in, if we get a little bit more science, we'll get an invention. If we can get our population up, we'll get an emblem which stacks even more of the primary yield for gem biotica within the borders. So that's kind of something that's hard to balance because we want food to get this, but then we want gems for the benefit. We'll have to see about that. We also started our second city over here, Green Range Port. They're looking for population and technology and plants. So they want a lot of things, and we're not all that interested in helping them out too much. We do want to expand out to the west here, so we need to put some stuff out here to entice them to come after it. And then we have a third city, Timberwood Shrines. These guys are not really expanding either. So for right now, we're focusing on the Goddess's city. So when we get to that first era, we'll have 3 era quests. But for now, we kind of want to focus on getting these guys to expand. I think we want to focus on population here. We do have 2 slots available right now. So we need to spend our Eon. We could do drafts. What we can't do is an upgrade. We can't do that until the next era. But let's take a look at what we could theoretically put in this slot here. So, like if we wanted to place something in this slot, we could place a desert plant, a sagebrush. That doesn't get us much. We already have one of those. If we look at animals, we could get the sand cat or the jerboa. This would get us 15 food. And then if we look at minerals, we don't have another gem. So given that we're working on, well, she gets a benefit from gems. And if we look at the collection here for projects for the goddess, the 2-star project, element biotica gains us gold and science. Minerals gain us just straight up gold. And then fur clothier gets us... Fur clothier would get us the most if we had fur biotica within the borders. That'd be 240 gold. That's straight up... that's a lot of prosperity. But we're not quite sure what era we're going to get. Let's think about what we could do here. So if we want Iron Age, the quests here are science, science, and prosperity. So we're not super big on science with her. We're big on gold. If we look at the Age of Philosophy, we don't know what the quests are, but it's technology based. If we look at Monument, that's kind of the one I think we want to go after. We haven't done this one yet, but it was all about the goddess, and so that's something we want to do anyway. So before we end the era, we should try to get one city to have at least 4 gold. And if we look at our current city here, we actually have 9 gold. So Monument's probably the one we're going after. So we want to focus on gems and gold and furs and things like that. So we want our prosperity as high as possible. Given that we have 2 slots left to fill here, in this city at least, we can focus on either food or prosperity. So mystery would be great. Food or prosperity would be great. We already looked at this slot. We don't have much to stick here because we already have quartz, and I think we already have redstone as well. If we look at animals, this would get us fur. The sandcat would get us fur. The jerboa would not, and it needs a critter to get its full gold output. This also counts as an empty slot. So that might be something like we could put this here and then put like an ostrich here if we could unlock the ostrich. As for the ocean animals, we could do clownfish. That has gold and science. Gains a bonus if it's adjacent to sea anemone. So we could put a sea anemone there, but I don't want them expanding into the ocean. I want them expanding into the desert. So that's not super huge on what I want to do. In terms of plants, what do we have here? Bedrock. So we could throw down the sea anemone for more science and mystery, or the kelp for food, but it wouldn't get its adjacency. And then for minerals here, we could put down a gate. That's a gem. That could be good for us. It's a straight up output of 15 gold. So the bedrock here, if we look at the slots, it would get an adjacency from a plant there. But I think we just place the gate here. That's just, it's a gem. It's straight up gold for us. That's good. And then over here, I think it's time to do our first draft. Let's do a desert draft and see what we can pick. All right. So we do have the ostrich. That gets us 10 food and 10 gold, with an additional 10 gold and 10 food and 5 gold for each adjacent empty slot. And it's a 1 star, which is nice for us. Plus, it gets us access to the sand grouse and the mud crack. Sand grouse is good for food. We're less interested in science, but the gold here is very nice. We don't need more element. We could go for gem here. So lapis lazuli requires 3 biodiversity. Gains plus 30 gold for each distinct adjacent gem bioticum. So we're going to place that here. It would be adjacent to the quartz, which is a gem, and then we could put 2 more gems here to get a lot of gold out of that. So maybe I'm tempted to go for lapis lazuli. That's a 1 star as well. And we could end up getting, what, 100 gold from this? But these aren't desert. Or maybe these are in addition to desert. Yeah, they're in addition to desert. Okay. So we could go lapis lazuli, topaz, jasper. That's a lot of gems. So I would like this. Do we have 3 biodiversity? We have 4. So it's a choice between the ostrich for food and gold or the gems for like a lot of gold. Our population is quite low. We only have 1 population. So I'd like them both. But given that we have the empty sagebrush here, that doesn't count as empty. So we'd only have 1 empty slot from the ostrich. We could put another empty type creature here. What's more important, food or gold? I think if we get into a situation where we need population, we'll have some options. We can do some things. But I like the idea of really juicing our gold output early. So let's go with the lapis lazuli. Let's go ahead and plop that down here. And then to entice them to move west, we'll use some Eon to put more gems in these slots. So the question is, which way do we place them? Jasper has adjacency with animals, and Topaz has adjacency with gems. So this one would be the place to put the Topaz. Wait, now what did that say? Hold on, so there was something there. This places Topaz outside, yeah, outside city territory. That's fine. Let's place the Jasper here. And then we could theoretically place an animal in one of these 2 at some point in the future. Looks like they're doing what I wanted. They're expanding outwards. Very nice. So they're going where I wanted. Now, who are these folks? They're also expanding their borders. So they're going out into the ocean, which I don't really want. But it is what it is. Let's see what they do. We've got multiple border expanders here. So we already claimed this tile. Are they going to go out? Yeah, they're expanding the ocean as well. Okay. Well, they did what they did. If we look at collection for our next project, We had thought about fur, but we don't have any. We don't have any fur right now. So even though that has the highest base yield, maybe that's not for us. We can get 150 for mansion or a combined 200 prosperity from statue. So they want element biotica within the borders. Let's take a look at what we've already got and what we could potentially do. So that's gem. That's gem and volcanic. That's gem. That's undergrowth. So quartz is an element. That's 1. Redstone is an element. That's 2. Bedrock counts as 2x elements, so that's 4. I'm not sure if that works. That's another gem in the agate. And then we have these 2 slots. So that's potentially 4 element. There's a food booster there, and then we might be able to place an element there. Let's take a look at what we've got. Yeah, so bedrock counts as element, but we'd probably have to draft another element for ocean, which we could do. Let's review how this works exactly. That's in collection. Yeah, it's not distinct, so we're at 4 here. If we get 1 more element in the ocean, we could build the statue next time and get 200 each. So that might be worth doing. And then it might be worth putting down food here as well. So let's do an ocean draft and see if we can get an element mineral. Pearls are reef, gem, and critter. None of that's element. Anemone is reef, coral, and toxic. Reef and algae. Coral rock would be element. So we could get that. And then tuna requires 2 biodiversity. This counts as predator fish and expanse. Comes with suckerfish and anchovy. Neither of these are element. So I think we go for white-plumed anemone. We'll get a little bit of food from the mystery. It gets additional mystery and science for each distinct adjacent mineral. And then we can put coral rock. This gets a bonus if it's adjacent to a set of animal and coral. That's going to be hard to do. But I think we want the coral rock for the element. That's going to secure us a lot of gold and science. So let's take the white-plumed anemone here. And then within our borders here, we probably want to put something that does food there. So for this slot, let's place our new coral rock. That gets us 5 elements and 10 science. And then it gets plus 15 science if adjacent to a set of animal and coral. So right now, it's adjacent to a gem. So we need an animal here, and then a coral in one of these 2 slots at some point in the future, whether it's within our borders or not. But let's see what we want to do for food here. What can we do? We've got 5 biodiversity, so I think we can go with the tuna. Or no, we didn't unlock that. What can we go? What can we do? Clownfish? Herring? What adjacencies do we have here? This gets some good stuff. It's adjacent to a plant. Nothing there. This would need a coral or an animal. So if we put a coral that counts as a plant here, that would be good. So do we want to place the anemone? That's a plant. But we don't get any food from that. What do we get food from? We don't have any... We'd have to put kelp there. So if we put kelp there and then a fish here at some point, that would boost the food from the kelp. And we do need a little bit of food. So hold on. Let's go in and let's buy at least... Oh, hold on. We could get another settler if we want. I don't know if we want that, though. We can also get... It looks like we can buy a border expander and a micro. Used to create random micros with the corresponding ability. Micros can be used to upgrade biotica. That might be interesting to play with. But let's just get 1 Aeon here. And then let's place our kelp. And then in the adjacent slot, let's place a fish. It wants to be adjacent to fish, right? So I don't really want them expanding that way, but it doesn't look like we can stop them. We only have 5 Eon left, so do I want to boost the food here by placing a fish here? That would boost this as well, because then it's animal and coral, so I think that's worth doing. This is a deep slot as well. So we can either place the herring or the clownfish. If we're going to expand out this way anyway, it's not going to be adjacent to the sea anemone, so we won't get the plus 15 food or gold. If we place the herring and they expand it out this way, it would help their food situation, which is pretty low. So let's place that there. So unless we buy another Eon, we're done with this era. And I might want to save... I don't want to purchase with science because I might want to buy these. I don't really want to buy another draft charge yet. Let's take a look. So for their request here, they want more... Oh, wait, that's the pirate queen, not the goddess. So I don't think we're going to focus on that either. She does have an idea for a project, however. So this is basically free. We should take a look at this. What do you want to build? You could build a fishing hut, a mercenary den, or an ocean shrine. I think we hold off on this until we get to our era. So let's go ahead and pick... We decided we wanted to do the monument age, right? The goddess feels it. Civilization on this planet starts with them. In honor of the goddess, the whole city is preparing to build a great monument. Great for them, at least. Will you help them create history? So... First quest is build up prestige for this historical city. The goddess will start the construction of a monument and gives gold for each city on the planet that is smaller than the goddess city. We're already doing that. The goddess has 8 gold. I think we're already there, right? Well, I think this is what we're doing. We're doing monument age, so let's confirm. Okay, so we've already completed the first star. We have 8 gold, so we have 16 wealth. Now we need to get the goddess to 40 prosperity. So she's at 34, right? So we need to focus on getting her 6 more prosperity. And then the third quest will be... give this era a gilded frame with massive prosperity. Oh, we've already completed the second quest. She already has element biotica and she has 13 wealth. So all we need to do to get a 3-star here is get her 6 more prosperity in her city, and then we complete. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so let's consider where we're at. We've got 3 population, 5 technology, and 18 wealth. Now, how do we trigger the next project? Probably by getting her to 20 wealth, right? Construction site is granting us 60 gold for each tribe that has less prosperity than this tribe. So we're already doing that. Let's see. They've expanded out. We don't really get anything for completing this except global prosperity, and we need the goddess to have more prosperity than everyone else. So I'm not even sure if I want to do this project. We're going to ignore these 2 cities for a while. Do we want to expand out to here, where we have some deep slots? Or do we want to expand out this way? We've already placed 1 biotica over here. We have 1 draft charge left. So we might want to do this pirate village quest just to get another draft charge, although it looks like we can buy one for 10 prosperity. We can also buy a border booster and a micro. We only have 8 science, so we can only buy 1 of these. I haven't had a chance to experiment with micros yet, so I don't really know how that works. Regarding her second project... we have to have 40 prosperity. So we won't get the second project until we've gotten to 40 prosperity. Okay. So, if we look at the city, they are interested. There's a rumor of new bioticum just outside the borders. We don't really need more land in this era. So we've got 3 pluses from territory filled, 2 pluses from a rumor of new biotica just outside the borders. If we add more biotica over here, that might add another plus. So we've got 2 pluses here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minuses. So if we place something here, we might inspire them enough. Like we'd place 2 biotica out here, then they'll come out here, right? We have another, we could get another desert draft. We already placed stuff in here. So I think we try to place 2 biotica out here. And what do we want? If we get to, well, we want prosperity, so we want the best stuff we can get. What could we place here? Let's take a look. So in terms of plants, micros menu. Open a menu to place micros you've drawn. Yeah, we have no micros. I suppose it's worth trying this, but let's figure out what we want to place here first. So theoretically, we can place sagebrush. Not great. We could do a sand cat. That's a bunch of gold. And jerboa. So that's, if we place those 2, that's 25 and 15. We already have jasper, topaz, quartz, and redstone, and lapis lazuli. So the only thing we don't have really in the desert is animals right now. We have tons of gems and element, including what we're doing over here in the ocean. So I think we could go for a draft here to see if we can get something better. And I think maybe that's worth doing. Let's go after a draft desert here. Okay, so we could go for a 1-star ostrich, and we don't have any 2-star... We don't have any upgrade slots. You need to be in the second era to use upgrade slots. So picking this would be future thinking, and it doesn't help us complete the era. Same with desert salt. So really our only choice here is the ostrich. Let's grab that and figure out how to use it. Okay, so... the ostrich... The ostrich gains running space, plus 10 food and plus 10, 5 for each adjacent empty slot. Now, those seem to max out around 3 usually, but I don't know at the moment. But if we place it here, it's got 3 empty slots. And then we also have this sand grouse, which counts as an empty slot, which we can place here for more food. The sand cat also counts as an empty slot. So we could place that here, and then we could do like a mud crack or something. So I think our best bet is to go ostrich, and then either sand grouse or sand cat. This doesn't get the benefit until there's a critter in the bioticum, which we don't have. Whereas this is just a straight output of 20. So let's place the grouse. And hopefully that inspires them to expand. Yes, nice. So now we've got 6 positives, and they are going to expand outwards to capture this. We'll have to see what that does to our prosperity. Because this is outputting 40 gold and 25. Once it's within city borders, it jumps up to 60 and 37 because of her special ability. So with all that, what does that push our prosperity to? 37, 38, 39, 40. Nice. So the era is complete. And we've got a 3-star monument age here. So the question is, what do we do now? I guess we go to our second era. Let's take a look at collection, see what's coming up next. So in the medieval era, we can have a calm era. We can have the turning point, merchant age. Wealth must be your planet's highest stat. That's going to be one that is available for us. A time of trade and prosperity has arrived. Spread wealth all around the world. Everyone should profit, but your leader a bit more than others. We can definitely do that. We don't know what the quests or rewards are. Then there's castles and knights. 3 cities, so we could do this. Your leader, and your leader all need to develop in this chivalrous but competitive age. They all have their own strategy to get through these times. Help them develop, but beware of showing favoritism. Not for us, not this era. We've already completed Damned Plague, and then the other one is Revolution. Have at least one city with 6 gold and 6 population. People have had enough of your leader. It's time for a new glorious age. Help the revolution grow strong and end the reign of your leader. So it looks like for our medieval era, we're going after merchant age. So everybody else needs to profit as well. We're going to need to get wealth into those other cities. So we should prepare for that with our remaining eon. So let's return to the game and think about that. So we've got 19 wealth here and 40 prosperity. Now, shouldn't that be triggering her... Shouldn't that be triggering her project? Spirits and projects. Goddess, have 40 prosperity and have more wealth than a neighbor. Do we have to be in the second era for that to happen? Feels like we're prepared for that when it happens. We do have 40 prosperity and we have 19 wealth, far more than our neighbor, who's taken over these slots. That's fine. So how many tiles do we have? It's sort of hard to tell, but I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4 workable slots plus 5, 6 over here in the ocean, and then the 2 city slots. I think that's like the max we can get. So we're kind of full over here, and the only way to improve this city will be with upgrade charges or micros. I think I want to save that for the next era. So what can we do over here? We have 2 empty slots there. 3 empty slots, it looks like. 4. There's a super booster here. So we've got 4 slots to work with and 40 eon. We can do some stuff for them. Now this is the merchant town. So we might be well served to try and complete this pirate village quest and get ourselves another draft charge here, as well as completing this project. So we need food and gold for these guys. What can we do here? Fishing hut gets us a bunch of food. Ocean shrine gets us mystery. Merchant den gets us 120 gold from predators. So what do we get from mystery with this person? They get gold, food, and science for mystery within the borders. Gold, food, and science for mystery. So we get 15 times... so we get 45 gold, 30 food, and 30 science. That's 105 total in terms of raw prosperity. So the mercenary den is probably the way we want to go. We want predator biotica within the borders. At least 2, 3 if we can get it. Let's think if there's a way we can do that. How many slots do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's a super booster. So predators are going to be animals, right? Yeah, we don't have any predators available right now, and we don't have an ocean draft. So we're not going to be able to do the predator thing. I don't know why that came over here. If we had them expand out here, we could put, like, the sand cat. That would technically count as a predator. The stoat would count. But stoat is what? Is stoat desert? I think stoat is rainforest. So they can't expand this way anyway. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have the ability to get 2 more areas. So we could go rainforest here, or we could go desert. In terms of predators, the sandcat is a predator. The stoat is a predator, but I think the stoat is rainforest, or rather forest. So we only have 1 predator for each biome here. So that's kind of tough. We don't have an ocean predator. We don't have ocean draft either. So yeah, I think predators is not going to be viable for us. So we can go with fishing hut for food or ocean shrine for mystery. And I think I prefer to go with ocean shrine. Because at least this gets us food and a little bit of wealth. We're going to want wealth for the next age, right? So fishing hut doesn't really help us. Let's go after the ocean shrine. So we want mystery. We want distinct ocean bioticum. So what do we have? We've got sea anemone and clownfish. And we have herring. So we want more distinct stuff. So what are we putting in this super booster, for example? I wish we had another draft. We can, well, we're going to lose this if we use it and then upgrade it later. This gives a plus 50% primary yield. So we've got herring, anemone, and clownfish, and we want distinct ocean bioticum. So we want just one more gets us 15 mystery. All right, so we're gonna get we get 7 right away. Let's unlock that. Okay. So we're getting the 7. If we place another distinct ocean bioticum, we get 15. So let's figure out what are we going to put on our super booster slot. We already have these two, so that's no good. We can go with a mineral, or we can go with a plant. So this outputs mystery as well, and requires... We got plenty of biodiversity. We gain mystery and science for adjacent distinct minerals. What's this, a trade mission? Yeah, okay. We really want food or wealth, though, so the anemone doesn't really do that for us. It does a little bit with the mystery. I guess we gain more mystery and science for the adjacent minerals. So if we place this here, it's adjacent to the sea anemone and nothing else. So we could put a bunch of minerals in there. What else could we put in here? Kelp? Or red algae? Kelp is food. So this has a little bit of food and gold. It's sort of the best option right now. Coral rock is science. Jasper is gold. Agate is gold. West Flats is exporting biting stick. So what's the best thing to put here? I guess the highest yield? This would not be adjacent to an animal, so it wouldn't get its benefit. That's just straight up 15. I guess we go with the white-plumed anemone. That gets us 3 and 15 plus another 2 and 10 for each distinct adjacent mineral. So yeah, I guess we do white-plumed algae here on the booster slot. And then we want adjacent minerals to boost both our gold and its mystery, right? We can only have 2. So we want adjacent minerals in these 2 slots. What else can we get adjacency on? Oh, we got another draft. Okay, that's handy. And we can finish this with more food and gold, so... Let's see. We can get the gold by placing 2 minerals adjacent to it, right? And they have to be distinct. So let's figure out our minerals. We're going to go with Jasper and Agate. Jasper gets a benefit from adjacency with an animal, which we do want. What do we have here? Herring? So if we place... Yeah, if we place... The Jasper here, it gets its adjacency from the herring. And this gets a benefit from being adjacent to a distinct mineral. Right? Yep. Okay. So then we have another mineral to place in one of these 2 slots. We're very close. I guess we're going for... That's Jasper. So I guess we're going for Agate. This is a volcanic gem. Do any of these guys have any other adjacency? Not really. What about you? We could have something... The clownfish is already getting its adjacency. Okay. So I guess it doesn't really matter. You're adjacent to this. That's algae, so we're not getting this benefit. I screwed up there. This should have been coral. Oh, wait. What are you adjacent to? Critter? So if we place a coral here, then this gets boosted, the rich reef. So we do want coral here. No, not that. I want coral here. What counts as coral? Sea anemone counts as coral. And this thing counts as coral. Do we want another one of these? More food, and it would be adjacent to... What does it need? Minerals? So it'd be adjacent to coral, rock, and jasper? Yeah, actually, this could work. Because the coral boosts... rich reef. Coral rock boosts rich reef. Yeah, and we have plenty of biodiversity, so we can place a second coral here. And we should get a lot of benefits from that. Right? So we're getting a ton of mystery. That got boosted. We're getting 30 science and 6, 30 and 4. So this needs one more mineral. We did complete the mission here. Okay. Now she wants even more wealth and higher population for upgrade charges and another ocean draft. I don't know that we want to do this. I think we want to do the goddesses level 3 quest, if we can make that happen. But if we put another mineral here, we would get something. What do we have for mineral that we haven't done yet? Bedrock, agate. What do we have already? Oh, we haven't placed a gate yet, so... Alright, let's place a gate here. That's a distinct gem for us. That'll boost this to secure 2 and grant us another 15 gold. Okay, that seems pretty strong. And the science is helpful too, because it lets us buy more micros. I don't know how these work yet, but it does let us buy them. So what are you doing about, let's see. Your ocean shrine's at 15, so we're getting lots of gold, food, and science. If we look at our city stats, we've got 5 population, 8 science, or 8 technology, and 11 wealth. I don't really want to get her to 25, because the queen needs to have more than anybody else, and she's only at 20. So we're not going to complete this level 3 request. I think you're fine for now. What about, why aren't you expanding? No biotica just outside the borders. We could get them to expand here if we wanted to, but I don't think we need to. We want to spend another 20 eons. So now we want to focus on this city, and we want it to get as much wealth as possible for the era we're planning for next time, right? So let's see what we can do in terms of getting this city to grow and expand with wealth. We got forest minerals. That's science. Masa Gate is 15. Plus 5 if adjacent to a plant bioticum. Let's see, are there any plants that give gold? There is not. And then animals. Alright, so probably, let's see. We probably want to do at least one forest draft here. We have 2 drafts left, so let's go for 1 forest draft. And what do we want? We want gold, right? So pangolin is 1 star, antimony is 1 star, apple tree is 1 star. We can do this. We can't place these until we get our biodiversity up, but we can place them later. Looks like pangolin might be the one for us. We get 5 food and 5 gold, plus 15 for each different adjacent bioticum type, animal, plant, and mineral. And we get some cohorts. Bamboo, not super great. We don't want science, but the palace cat we do want. Adjacent to a gem. Yeah, let's go pangolin here. And then we'll think about how we place it. Okay, we have 1 draft left. So, the palace cat wants to be adjacent to a gem. And the pangolin wants to be adjacent to a gem, a plant, and an animal, right? So the pangolin has to go here. Let's place that. Or that has to be placed later. The palace cat has to be adjacent to a gem. And then in terms of gems, we only have the moss agate, and that wants to be adjacent to a plant. So if we place the moss agate here, I'm actually going to quick save just to make sure I don't screw this up. But if we place the moss agate here, and then place the palace cat here, let's speed this up so this happens more quickly. Right? What are these guys doing? They're expanding. Okay. So Palace Cat does get its precious adjacency. And then you need to be adjacent to a plant, which we want to place here. So in terms of plants, what do we want? Bamboo, blueberry, or ash? It sort of depends on the project too here. We can get more science and biodiversity if adjacent to 2 plant biotica. Undergrowth, I remember, was good for growing for one of the projects. Trees were good as well. I think we'll go for food here. Now, if it's adjacent to the mineral, it gets a bonus. So let's pop that here. And then the last thing we can do is place the cat. Or the pangolin, rather. And let's see that happen. Yeah, very nice. We got the full harmony here, so we got the full benefit. I think I'm going to save my Eon purchasing. I'm going to save all my purchases for the final era to make it as strong as possible. So, these guys are going to expand further, leaving us some slots to work with over here if we need to. We do have a food booster, if that's necessary. And we've spent all our Eon. We're already up to 95 prosperity. Very nice. Let's go ahead and end our era and see about the finale here, our medieval era. Oh, looks like we're doing another trade route as well. Let's just speed up time a little bit to get everything kind of caught up. And then let's choose our next era. People have completed the pyramid. Okay, if you build it, they will come. You built it, they came. A couple of achievements there for a 3-star monument age completed. We gained a 10 Eon limit. I'm not sure what that means. Gain 1 upgrade point, gain 1 draft charge, gain 1 microcharge, and +9 diversity prosperity. Okay, era score 96. And now we know we're going after the merchant age for our medieval era. And we'll need to spread wealth all around the world for number 1 here. Have 3 cities with 8 wealth. Then have 3 cities with 15 wealth. Finally have 60 wealth on the planet and 175 prosperity on the planet. We also gained the world market. The goddess will host the world market, benefiting from all trade routes around the globe. This might be instead of her project, I guess. So trade routes are going to be great for us. Okay, so we're going into our merchant age challenge here. Upgrade patches with upgrade charge to place 2-star biotica. All right, we've got 5 upgrade charges. We've got a micro, which we can finally learn how to use now that we've unlocked this ability. Or I guess we have to draft it first. Summon micros. 1. Discard all current micros and summon 4 new ones. Using the Ocean Giant, 1 micro will always be Sphagnum Moss. What does this do? Okay, so I guess that costs a charge. Yeah. I'm not sure if I need charges to place them. I guess I gain 4. All right, very interesting. So West Flats Oasis here, our goddess's city, has this 3 marker on it. So maybe we've already finished the 3rd quest. Yeah, Pirate Town's on 2, so we had the 3rd quest. And you're on 1, so we're working on... We haven't done much with you. Looks like we do have a project here, and I believe we planned for this, right? We have 5 element biotica within our borders, so we're going to go ahead and build a statue here. Gain 100 gold and 100 science. Yes, we have 5, so we gain the statue benefit. We also have the world market here. Plus 10. We have 3 trade routes on the planet, so we're gaining 30 science, 30 food, and 30 gold. All very nice. So we're already up to quite a lot of wealth and population and technology here. Where are we at? 24? Very nice. Okay, so for the age, we need to get our other cities up to 8. Let's take a look where we stand. We're at 11 here. So Timberwood Shrines needs the most work. They're at 7. So pump a little gold into them. We get a 1-star merchant age just like that. Very nice. Okay, guys, I got to take a break here. We've hit the episode time limit. And so we'll have to continue this next time. Until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This game is just really engaging and fun and exciting and interesting. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.